So, let's get started. Good morning, and thank you for joining me in this conference today. My name is Emanuele Figliolia, and I'm the product manager at Zerynth. Zerynth, an Italian industrial IoT provider that today is here because we are gonna present a new connector that we have developed in collaboration with Bluemap. Bluemap is an Odoo partner. And this new connector, we will enter in detail soon, promises to bring advantages to many industrial players. For example, it promises to facilitate the adoption of the Odoo's manufacturing module by end user customer, or it facilitates and help a system integrator to provide a solution based on manufacturing module, enrich manufacturing modules itself by adding information to the one that are needed to get the module working properly. And we will see what kind of information we are capable to provide in addition to the minimum one, and extends the possibility that the system integrator has to tailor solution based on manufacturing modules of Odoo. So let's get started. I invite you to take a note and to take a picture of the QR code, because this gives you the possibility to make questions. At the end of this session, it will be a pleasure to me to answer your questions. And in any case, I invite you to come by our booth in Hall 10 to dig into the detail of any things that we will be touched today. So, a few words on Zerynth. Zerynth, as I said, is a provider of industrial IoT solution. It's based in Tuscany, Italy, in Pisa in particular. And our mission since 2015, that is the year Zerynth was founded, is to help to support manufacturing company, in particular SMEs, to embrace digital transformation. We know that it's important for such companies to move to the globalization. It's really complicated nowadays for such company to compete with on the global market. Digital transformation is the means that will allow this company to deal with challenges, global challenges successfully. So this is our mission. As I said, we were founded in 2015, and since then we have grown steadily. Now we are there are 40 plus employees, all experts in digital transformation, IoT industrial, cloud-based solution, and process manufacturing. And we have accumulated experience. So far, we have more than 3,000 devices installed, and around the world, 115 plus customers. In this slide, we can read some client that decided to place trust in Zerynth for getting their projects completed. What's the problem? No? Let's investigate why it's so difficult to launch a project in digital transformation in manufacturing. And so why Zerynth promises to overcome obstacle. And we will see also what the reason why, in collaboration with Odoo, we can do together much more improvement, many more improvements. So, according to renowned sources, but also our experience, say that one of the major difficulty when it comes to delivering, deploying solution in digital transformation is about getting data. You know, software solution enabling end user to leverage IoT or to leverage software in order to get their own process optimized. So ERP system, MES, quality control solution. All those solutions needs data, but needs data from the shop floor, consistent data, reliable data. And unfortunately, it's not easy because when it comes to digitizing or getting data from a modern machinery, okay, modern machinery are designed coming with communication interface. So over protocol, it's possible to ask data and machine in general get back data. But usually in country where the economy is based on industry or there is a long history in manufacturing, you know that the situation in the reality is much more complex. At the shop floor, we find a very modern production line working side by side with all machinery, all the manufacturing line, and how to digitize in all the machinery. That is the reason why, and the reason of the success of Zerynth, because Zerynth owns a patented technology that allows to digitize any machinery. When I say any, means that for us, there is no difficulty in getting data from all the machinery, legacy. This means that they come with no possibility natively to communicate with the external world, as well as with the modern machine. But don't forget that in a factory, not just production machinery exists. We have many other systems, many other assets that in these slides you will find with the name of service assets, service machinery, that are not directly involved in the production, so in the manufacturing process, but are important. Refrigerator, compressor, pump, so all systems that sustain and make possible the process, even if they are not directly involved in the manufacturing process. And don't forget also the power distribution. All these assets need power, this needs energy. And you know how it is important today to take under control the cost associated with the energy. And so electrical panel. This is what we can do easily. And in fact, in these slides, you can read exactly what I've just mentioned. For Zerynth, the shop floor is not just manufacturing a line. And one of the key differentiating aspect from a competition in Zerynth is that we are capable to deal with data collecting from any kind of machinery on the shop floor. We have production machinery, as I said, so machinery directly involved in production. Auxiliary machinery, so all these stuff that sustain manufacturing process, even if they are not directly running with it. And electrical panels. Electrical panels is the power distribution. Actually, data extraction is just the starting point, because at the end, the factory needs to, in order to get their process managed, needs to get information. We need to transfer data collecting in information, easy to be used to taking decision. So the information is not, okay, this machine consumed thought, or this machine has a runtime of thought. We need to correlate information. We need to integrate information in order to provide one KPI that allow the stakeholders to take decisions soon. We need to support the process decision making. And in fact, in the industrial, in the manufacturing plant, we the challenge are about efficiency, interconnecting material, or effectiveness. Don't worry that we need to take under control not just the process, but also the sales order. This is the architecture our solution as Zerynth are based on. So we can have machinery, as I said, edge layer that is capable to extract data from any machine independently from the fact that they are capable to communicate natively or not. We have our cloud with all microservices that allow to manage assets and to aggregate, elaborate data. Once these data are stored in the distributed database in the cloud, we can decide what to do. And in this context today, I'll show you how it is easy to allow Odoo's module to leverage this data that we are capable to connect. And this is the connector. Now, at the end, in the last 7 minutes of this session, I will show you a live demo, just to show you what is about the work done. With BlueMap, I remember. BlueMap is an Odoo partner. The connector that we have developed and you can find in the Odoo store is named Zerynth. So if you open the app store in Odoo and you write Zerynth, you will find this connector. This connector, in principle, makes possible the automatic sharing of information between these two worlds. We have, from one side, just show you here, the environment from Zerynth. This is our platform that you can use to manage assets, for example. But data collected in this environment, thanks to this connector, are automatically migrated to the Odoo, and in particular to the manufacturing module of Odoo. Because you know that when in a factory customer uses manufacturing module, so he manages sales order, manufacturing orders, start and stop the orders. Usually the line operator is requested to fill manual information about pieces produced, defective pieces, start and stop of the process. Thanks to the technology from Zerynth, if we put on board the machine the device from Zerynth, all this information can be filled automatically in real time. So this means that we, in the manufacturing model, we don't read at the end of the completion of the work order information about what happens. And this information could be affected by error because it was filled by operator line. But real time, we have the migration of this information to the module. So in any time, it's possible to open manufacturing model and read right now how many pieces were produced, how many pieces are needed to complete the order, and so on. We will see in the live demo just this one, this problem. At this point, I will get the chance to show you this connector. So let's enlarge. So let's just, okay. As I said, if you open the App Store and you write here Zerynth, these appear as a result of the research. So the only thing to do is to install and download it to install this connector. The result is exactly this one. And at this moment, what we need to do is to configure the bidirectional communication channel between the Zerynth world and Odoo world. So it's easy because what we need to do is, in the Zerynth world, take information about, in data management, we can integration. You find Odoo. So I select Odoo as endpoint my data has to be migrated to. And in Odoo, similarly, we just need in the configuration to indicate what is the endpoint the Odoo has to interact with. The information to be used are simply the information that you get when you own an account. If you own an account for Zerynth and for Odoo, are all information that you already got. Once this configuration is done, automatically you will find in this app all the device, all the machinery that have been inherited from the Zerynth. So this is about a machinery that is registered with Zerynth. What is the last step? Simply indicate what is the work center in Odoo that matches with the machine. Because I have one device from Zerynth for each machine, and in Odoo I have the work center that represents the logical entity of that machine. Matching these two, so in this case I have this device D that corresponds with work center 1 in Odoo. At this point, whatever happens on the machine or in the work center is automatically shared and filled. Let's make an example. Manufacturing module. Most of you may be that you know. Try to prepare and launch a manufacturing order. So create one. Clearly this is information. Okay, this is a manufacturing order to produce what product? I have a list of a product, for example. This is a demo, so we prepared some product as a demo. How many pieces? try to produce 20 pieces, and this point confirm. Now it's clear that in order to produce this product, in Odoo we have the split in the how many work orders are needed to be launched in order to get the product completed. Okay, this is the first one. Sorry. The resolution. Okay. So, I start the work orders. Imagine that at this point, the machine starts working. This product needs the work center 1 to be used in order to get this work order completed. As soon as I click start, okay, there is another order, don't worry. This is simply a message say, hey, this work center was working another product, okay, stop, start my product. At this moment, thanks to the bidirectional channel, all data collected by the Zerynth device associated with the work center are migrated to Odoo. So if we wait 1 minute, because in this case, for the demo, we set and refresh and update the information minute by minute, I would just show you what kind of information we can migrate. So just as an example, sorry, let's look at a work orders already completed in the past, for example. We have some order that we tested yesterday. Just I open one. If you look at the time tracking, you can read, this is for an order completed yesterday, minutes by minutes, what kind of information? Okay, start date, end date. The duration of the transferring information time, so minutes by minutes. How many pieces done, how many pieces were discharged, and also information about the consumption. So this means that in that minute, were produced 2 pieces, 3 were discharged, and 32 kilowatt-hour were consumed to do that. This information, I repeat, is not something that you can get at the end. Every minute you have an update on what is happening. This is a fantastic view image because you already are pushing in a much easier way the manufacturing module because you allow system integrator to overcome the obstacle to getting data from the shop floor. So the coverage of the shop floor, thanks to the Zerynth, is enlarged. But at the same time, you are providing a customer via manufacturing modules a real-time tracking of what happens on the shop floor. So how many information in real time are characterizing the work order that you are looking at. Just an example, we launched our work order before, so let's just take a look at that work order. So work orders. This one was in progress, was the one that I launched before. I open, time tracking. This means that 11:46, 11:47, 11:48. So while I was talking with you, at this point, I'm asking myself, okay, but at what point the order that I just launched is? By leveraging the capability of manufacturing module combined with the bidirectional channel with the Zerynth word, we see that until now has been produced, 3 pieces has been produced, just 1 discarded, and the total consumption was 56 kilowatt-hour. It's important to have also this information associated with the work order, information about the consumption, for 2 main reasons. One, because you know that in many cases, the cost of the energy seems to be higher of the cost of the raw material. In some cases, purchasing raw material for producing the goods costs less than purchasing the energy to produce the same goods. Okay, so this is a concrete aspect. Another aspect is think at what the European norms, the European regulation has been approved right now about the not financial data that are in the next months, next years, will be part of the financial report, the so-called CSDR. So we are talking about sustainability report, no? The corporate sustainability reporting norm. This will obligate, and was approved, the roadmap was already set up, will obligate the company to indicate in the financial report their KPI about the sustainability. And so within the ESG, so the sustainability, the energy consumption are starting to become important. So having in ERP or in a manufacturing model information about how much you spent in energy for producing a pieces is becoming more and more important. Before stopping me, because I will leave you the possibility to ask questions, we have already used these. Just one moment, I will come back to the slides. This is what I consider a success story. This connector is already available. You can download it free of charge if you want. In the App Store, you find it. And there is a customer in Italy, STM, that has been using it right now. Zerynth, in collaboration with Euros, that is another Odoo partner, proposed a manufacturing module in this combination. So Zerynth acting as data gathering IoT layer, and above this layer, Odoo with the manufacturing modules. The combination convinced this customer to place us trust, and now we are following him, and that is to me a success story. Because without this combination, I'm not sure that this customer would have been purchased Zerynth as well as Odoo alone. So this means that the combination seems to work much better than expected at the beginning. I would stop here, and I give you the possibility, if you took note of the QR code, let you just, okay, this one.
So yeah, feel free to ask your questions into the pad, and I will read them so that they can be answered. Someone's writing.
Should I open the pad?
No, I have it here. Got it here. What exactly can be integrated is the question. Temperature, is still writing, sorry. Humidity, or other aspects that can be integrated.
Thank you for this question, because this, in all probability, is an information that I would have given you before. It's clear that now we are talking about manufacturing modules, and so I'm talking about the minimum set of information of data that allow the manufacturing module to run properly. But what is happening right now is that because the edge layer from Zerynth is capable to collect many more information from the asset, in addition to the one that fill the manufacturing module, in Odoo, you already have information about temperature, vibration, if clearly we decide to put in place such sensors, no? And this brings another advantages, that system integrator, that I just touched at the beginning, system integrator or Odoo partners can tailor solution, starting from the manufacturing module, because then complete pieces, just like a Lego brick, by leveraging information and data that are already present in Odoo, because provided automatically by the Zerynth edge layer, but not used in the manufacturing modules. So in principle, for example, in Odoo, along with the manufacturing module, a quality module based on the analysis of the vibration of some part of the engine of that machine could be created, tailored, and provided to customer. These add the value to the entire solution. Yes, absolutely yes. If I invite you to visit Zerynth.com, or please come by our booth because we have the devices that usually we install, so you can dig into the capability of that device. The device is owned by us, was designed by us, and so we are the proprietary of that patented technology. So please visit us, that I'll be able to show you the capability of that module. Fantastic.
We get some more questions. So there was the question if it's possible to send instructions to the machines. So does it also go the other way around?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I had no time to show you that. As an attribute of the work center, if the work center is a generic, I don't know if I have the chance to show you now, there is the possibility for a work center to say, hey, you can use it for producing a product as long as you indicate me the part program, no, the receipt that I have to use. And the bidirectional channel is established just because in Odoo you can have the upload of a certain receipt, a certain part program, a file, for example. At this point, when you launch the work order, that program is passed to Zerynth device, and Zerynth device has the capability to pilot, to push that part program in the machine. Yes, let me just see if I have the chance. Unfortunately, not so much time, but maybe that we can do that. If we move to, just a moment. Let me say, work orders, manufacturing. If I set, for example, create, and I use generic custom product needs, unfortunately, it's not working now. I don't remember where is the work center. Configuration. Ecco, so work center. If I use in the work center here, for this work center, it's possible to set what kind of means you have to use to set the part program to that machine. If I set a file for this means that when I launch a product that uses this work center to be worked, he asked me, hey, you have not pushed any file to the machine. And this pushing can be executed in automatic by Zerynth device. So I upload the file, the connector takes this file and move it to the device and push it to the machine. Yes, absolutely. This is also part of the incentives, no, that we can leverage in Industry 4.0 in many countries.
Due to time reasons, we really have to shorten the last question, but it's just a small one. How often will the data be refreshed? So is it like in milliseconds, or what's the interval?
For this application, millisecond, it's not a matter of a capability you can image, but in this application, in this example, we image that 1 minute refresh is more than enough to get, usually, well, depends on the time cycle of the product, but usually the time cycle lasts, I don't know, a few minutes. So if you have a refresh minutes by minutes, no probability you will see for the first 3, 4, 5 minutes the same information. So 1 minute seems to be pretty correct for the most of the application.
Perfect. So if you got some more questions, feel free to reach out to him after the talk. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next presentation.
Thank you.